Hey guys, how you doing? Dustin here, aka Video Game Sauce. I'm doing another interview after a long hiatus, and today I'm talking with none other than a guy who pretty much needs no introduction, Gamester81, man. How you doing there?
Good, Dustin. Thanks for having me, man. I enjoy your show. So, thanks, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, people don't know. I mean, do you want to describe what you kind of do? I know you have more than one channel, but man, they're pretty fantastic.
I don't even know where to start, man. Well, you know, I've been making videos for a while on YouTube. I've been like a user on, if you want to call it a user, I don't even know what you would call it, but I've been on part of YouTube since like 2006, like almost like when it started. But I didn't start making videos until 2008. Got a pretty large Star Wars collection, pretty large video game collection, because that's what I'm known for. And I guess the reason I started making videos initially was because I wanted to find more information about consoles. I have about 200 different consoles in my collection. I wanted to find more information about it. No one was doing reviews on these. And these are really rare consoles like the, I don't know, N64 disc drive or, you know, Panasonic Q console or something like that. So there was no information about this. I decided to do some videos, and I got married, and as one of the wedding gifts, my parents gave me a really shitty camera. French, but it was really bad quality camera, but it worked. You know, it got the job done, and started doing videos. Had no editing program, no editing experience whatsoever, no lighting. You know, you kind of learn as you go, and just I guess it caught fire, man, and people really seemed to enjoy it. And started a Star Wars channel called Star Wars Nut 77. I guess I should probably mention my main channel is called Gamester81, but Star Wars Nut 77 was my Star Wars channel. I started a little bit later. And I have a Nostalgiaholic channel with NES. It's kind of like to play on words, but that's where I review like stuff from the 80s. I grew up I'm an 80s kid, right?
Yeah.
And where I review like random stuff from the 80s, and whether it's like He-Man or G.I. Joe or whatever, Turtles or Nintendo Power magazines, whatever, do that. And then I have Gamester81 Arcade channel where I review arcade games. I do a lot of traveling for work, so I do a lot of walkthroughs of different arcades around the country, which a lot of people enjoy. And then I have a 3D channel as well where I film stuff in 3D and kind of starting something unique and different. So it's more of a niche thing. But yeah, man, that's where I'm at. And I got a website launched in November, and I'm a part of a podcast called All Gen Gamers, so I keep plenty busy.
Yeah, I mean, definitely with all those channels and a podcast on top of that, man. That's quite a lot of stuff to do. But man, you seem to do it very well. I mean, it shows online. I mean, like I was alluding to earlier. I mean, like I said, a man who needs nearly no introduction to me.
I appreciate it, man. This means a lot. It's a lot of fun, man. You know, I don't consider it work at all. It's a hobby and it's a fun. You know, I really enjoy playing video games, and I enjoy collecting Star Wars stuff, and it's a lot of fun. So it doesn't really seem like a task to me at all. You know, if it was a task, it felt like work, I probably wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing I could say about budding YouTubers is you gotta have fun with it. You know, it becomes like a job. It's meant to be fun. It's a passion. And I mean,
yeah, absolutely, man. And it's cool that like people recognize me and stuff. Like at these conventions I go to, people come up to me and, you know, they'll recognize me and ask for an autograph, which is really weird because I don't see myself as anyone too special. You know, I'm a normal gamer like everyone else. So yeah. It's cool. Very humbling.
Well, it's funny, I mean, because, you know, there's definitely YouTube celebrities, and, I mean, I'm definitely not at your level, but hopefully one day, but I think that's very cool. I mean, like, hey, man, can I have your autograph? Like, how mind-blowing is that? Like,
it's pretty wild, man. It's like one guy, like, asked me, I was like, Classic Game Expo, and he asked me to sign his Nintendo console. I'm like, dude, I'm going to devalue your console, like, by signing. Like, but, hey, he wanted it, man, you know, so that's cool. And it was really humbling, man. It's very awesome to meet people and who are fans of the show. It really gives me inspiration to want to continue, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, and recently you had interviewed Twin Galaxies Walter Day, and I was kind of jealous of that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, he's cool. We had him on the podcast, All Gen Gamers, and he remembered who I was, which is cool. He's a very nice guy, very down to earth. It was really cool. I'm a big fan of like King of Kong and, you know, Chasing Ghosts and obviously of arcade. So it was really cool to meet him, and he's a really nice guy, very down to earth.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it, because I've seen both of those movies. I mean, I prefer Chasing Ghosts. Yeah, I mean, Walter, he seems like he's very passionate. I mean, he's rightfully so. He's the head of Twin Galaxies, and he's definitely the man for the job.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, usually, you know, what drew me to your channel originally was, like you said earlier, that you've done a lot of consoles that a lot of people really don't know about. You know, like you'd mentioned the Nintendo 64 disc drive, and I'd never seen that before. What would you consider your rarest console? Do you have an idea?
Probably like, it's called a Bally Home Library computer. I don't know if you saw that video or not, but it's, I don't know if you're familiar. Are you familiar with the Bally Astrocade? Have you heard of it?
Okay. Yes.
So it came out in 1978, that console, and you know, to compete with Atari 2600, called the Video Computer System at the time. But anyway, long story short, the model I have was a version that came out mail order only in New York City, and by the time it hit the market, they had rebranded the console as the Bally Professional Computer, and it wasn't known as a home library computer, or it was called the Bally Professional Arcade at the time when it came out, hit the market in '78. So the version I have is like, I don't know, one of a kind. I've never seen one like mine at all, and I just happened to purchase it. The guy didn't know what he was selling, and I didn't even know the version I had because the version I had was like complete in box, you know, and the guy hadn't taken it out for a while. Sure. So I finally unboxed it, and like sure enough, it was like home library computer, which is like one of a kind. It's pretty cool.
That's cool. So, you know, and I'll be honest, I have not seen the video, but now I should, because I like to watch videos about really obscure things. I mean,
yeah.
In like the one you did, the one where there was the Japanese Super Nintendo box.
Yeah, the Famicom, Super Famicom box. Yeah, that was available in Japan. They displayed it. It was a hotel. They displayed at hotels, and kind of like, you know, we have them here in the States. You know, you go to the hotel and they have those like Logitech, whatever it's called, like those controllers that you plug and play, whatever. You know, you can download games. They kind of do that in Japan, but these are actually cartridges that they like is a big unit that was hooked up to the TV, and you can like demo games and play games. So it's cool. Yeah,
I like that. No, so I mean, I don't want to keep going over consoles, but I mean the Mountain Dew Xbox, that's pretty cool looking.
That was cool. Yeah, that was, I think only 1,000 of those were actually made, and it was available through, you know, when it came out in like, I don't know, 2004, 2005. I'm not sure what year it came out, but it was only, you had to collect Pepsi points, and you had to collect like X amount of Pepsi points, and even that, after you collect a certain amount, you still had to pay for the console. Really? So the Pepsi points would just allow you to purchase the console.
I did not know that. Okay. Yeah. See, this is why people should watch your channel. And well, they do. They do already. I mean, you're talking about he's dropping knowledge on us.
Thanks, man.
You said, I mean, at least I'm aware, and you said before you're a pretty big Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Star Wars movie?
I'd have to say, you know, I'm definitely an original trilogy guy, right? I mean, I'm not as hard on the prequels as a lot of people are. A lot of people are like, oh, the prequels suck. You got to take it for what it is, you know? You can't. Yeah. The problem with the prequels is people had so much high expectations of the movies being so awesome, and it's impossible expectations. So I think for fans who watch Star Wars, who grew up watching, like, who are maybe, I don't know, like 20 now, or grew up watching the prequels first, I think they really like the movies. You talk to people who grew up in like the late 70s, 80s, like myself, and watch the originals first, they'll prefer the originals. It's kind of what you grew up with watching, I think, more or less. But probably my favorite, to answer your question, though, long-winded answer here, but probably Empire Strikes Back is my favorite. Probably quickly followed by A New Hope, and then Return of the Jedi.
Okay. See, and I'm the type of guy, I like Star Wars. I mean, not as I like Star Wars. I'm not a humongous fan, but they're awesome. I'll just say that. But yeah, you know, it's one of those things to think, like, you know, those movies, you know, if they were never made, we never knew about them. I mean, I still think they're still pretty good. I mean, with the ending there, with the spoiler alert, by the way, Anakin turning into Darth Vader, that was like, wow. Mm-hmm. Those are pretty good. I mean, and like recently you did the Star Wars Xbox, which is pretty cool. Yeah,
there's a lot of cool stuff out there. So I'm going actually this day after tomorrow. I'm heading out to Orlando, going to a Star Wars convention called Star Wars Celebration 6, which is it's the largest Star Wars convention in the world. They held it every other year, so I'm excited for that.
You're very lucky. So is it the type of convention where you go and dress up?
I'm sure people will be in cosplay, but I don't typically dress up.
Oh, okay. That was my next question. You're gonna dress up like Obi-Wan or something?
It's too hot in Orlando to dress up too much.
I suppose. Yeah. Well, you see, I'm in Minnesota. I don't, you know, hot for me is like 80.
Yeah.
So
you die. Orlando's
pretty much. I mean, I just melt when it's over 80. I can't hang. Totally off the wall question here. Jar Jar Binks. What do you think of him?
I see why George Lucas did Jar Jar Binks to, you know, appeal to the younger audience, the kids, but I feel like he was in the movie way too much. Like, I felt his character was kind of annoying. Just, I don't know. But I see why George Lucas did it. I think it's George Lucas' movie. He can do what he wants, and people are too hard on Jar Jar.
I think so too. I mean, he's Jar Jar Binks is annoying, but you know, ultimately he's a comic relief, but
yeah,
kind of was a misstep, but kind of worked, sort of.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I mean, is there anything like coming up here on your channel that not totally spoiling, but maybe like you want to talk about? Or?
Well, you know, got some more video footage from Classic Gaming Expo in Vegas I got to put up, and then I got some more interviews. I'm going to PAX Prime soon too, so that's in Seattle. So I got some coverage of that coming up. So everything you can find on my YouTube channel, you can probably find on my website first. And I've got a lot of exclusive stuff I'm going to be posting up on my website, Gamester81.com, which I know you're a part of, and I appreciate that, Dustin. So
yeah, no, I definitely appreciate the letting me post on your spectacular site.
I wouldn't say spectacular, but I appreciate it, man.
Well,
it was fun.
It was pretty. I was kind of blown away. You'd asked me to be on your site. I was like, wow. I mean, my personality, I'm just so super hard on my videos, and I always will be.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear that other people like them.
I'm the same way with my videos, man. So I can't stand to watch my videos, to be honest with you, because I'm so hard on them. You know, I know I can do better. So always try to improve.
See, I'm complete opposite. I end up watching my videos a few times over just to pick up little things that I messed up, and it drives me mental. Right. So you'd mentioned All Gen Gamers. I know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Collection of 4 dudes, all pretty well-known guys in the gaming universe. I mean, what type? You want to explain what that is? I mean, I know what it is, but maybe for
so it started a couple years ago with Pete Dorr, who's on YouTube, Jason Heine, myself, and Happy Console Gamer Johnny. And we started, I think initially it was just 3 of us, and Jason, EMU Review, joined us like episode, I don't know, 10 or something like that. But it's just, we all have different tastes in games, and we obviously have a lot of similar tastes, so we all kind of cover different aspects of things. And then Johnny kind of left, and we brought in Metal Jesus Rocks. His name's Jason as well, and he's a good guy for like PC games or iPad or iPod games, like iOS games. And we just, just kind of talk about games for a couple hours every week. And you can go to the website, allgengamers.com, and find more information about it. And it's been a lot of fun. We got a really strong forums and pretty strong following of people who listen to us, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah. I mean, definitely it's an awesome show. I mean, I don't want to say something here, and I might just totally cut this out, but you guys had me on your podcast, and I was just thrilled. Right. And I'm sure this happens a lot, but I was so nervous, I think I blew it.
No, it was good, man. It was good. It was fun having you on.
Okay, yeah, because I got off, I'm like, man, I tanked that one.
That was good. It was fine.
That was a lot of fun, though. I mean, and then I talked to Metal Jesus afterwards. Metal Jesus, or Jason, by the way, you guys are so super nice, by the way. I mean,
thank you.
It's really, I mean, because you guys on your channels, respectively, portray yourself really as you guys are, and I mean, you guys couldn't be any nicer. I mean, quite honestly, just awesome. Anyway.
Well, one thing we're not ranters, and not to bash our ranters. There's a lot of great ranters there on YouTube, but it seems like they get a lot of the views. You know what I'm saying? So people like drama on YouTube, and I purposely try to stay away from drama.
Yeah. I mean, as a gamer, I mean, people just want to watch, particularly like a weird or obscure console, and I mean, I'm the type of guy who likes really oddball things and a lot of information. So that's why your channel is really, really awesome. So I keep complimenting you. I should probably lay off on it. So, but anyway. Oh, I actually did write down a couple of questions here when things are waning down. But what is? I think I know the answer to this, but I'm not sure. What is your favorite console?
Well, like for nostalgia reasons, I like the ColecoVision because it's I love the Coleco just because it was my first one I ever played growing up, and neighbor had an Atari 2600, played that a lot, and a 5200 as well, played that a lot. But probably, definitely like the Coleco. But as far as like just like games selections and stuff like that, I'd probably say Super Nintendo. Okay.
Yeah, I love the ColecoVision. I think that thing is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I just picked one up recently, and I had to actually mod it to make it work, but it's so good. It's so cool. I mean, and you can also plug in a Sega Genesis or Master System controller if you're so inclined.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great system.
Do you have a game that you like to play on the ColecoVision that you just like, the game?
Well, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of great arcade ports on the Coleco. I like Donkey Kong a lot for it. The Donkey Kong Jr. for it. Turbo's a pretty fun racing game for it.
I just picked that up recently.
Yeah, you need a steering wheel for that. It's a great one. I like Carnival, which is great, which is like by Sega, which is like a shooting, kind of like almost like a Galaga style. It's a classic arcade port. There's a lot. I picked up a couple years ago, I got a multi-cart, which has pretty much got all the ColecoVision games on one cart, which is pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah. I picked up at Classic Gaming Expo a couple years ago, and I was there this year trying to look for another one because I have a friend who's looking for it, and they're not even making them anymore.
Is that like sort of like the one of the the EverDrives or?
Yeah, but this is like all the ROMs on all the games on built into the ROM. Like the SD card. It's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Yeah. I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for that because I love the ColecoVision. I know this is a tough question, but you guys asked me this question when I was on All Gen Gamers. What is your favorite video game?
Favorite video game? That's tough, man. I don't know. I really like Final Fantasy 2 for the Super Nintendo. It's great. You know, I'm trying to think. It's a tough question.
Definitely.
I really like Super Mario Kart a lot. It's a great game. You know, there's too many to choose from, to be honest. It just kind of depends what genre and what I'm in the mood for. If I'm in the mood for a retro, then I'll definitely whip up the Super Nintendo. I'll play some Super Metroid. I love Super Metroid, and I love Street Fighter 2. Those are some great games. But if I'm more modern, I really like the Batman Arkham City. Arkham Asylum is really good too. I really like the Grand Theft Auto games. You know, so it just kind of depends on what I'm in the mood for.
Okay. This goes along with Grand Theft Auto. Have you played Sleeping Dogs?
No, but I saw lots of games poster review on it, and it does look like very similar to an open, sandlot game like that. So it looks really cool.
Yeah, and I had never heard of that, and unfortunately I haven't played a current gen console in quite a long time, and actually hooked up my Xbox 360, and I was just blown away about how awesome the graphics looked. And I watched a couple of reviews on that game, and I'm really thinking about picking that up. It looks pretty fantastic.
Yeah, it does look fun.
Yeah. A big open sandbox game. I'm a sucker for that, like Fallout and Fallout 3, etc.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Do you have any games you've been playing lately?
I've been playing that new Kingdom Hearts game for the 3DS. I don't know if you've seen that or not. It's pretty good. I actually like the Kingdom Hearts games. Batman Arkham City, I've been playing that. I'm like more than 3/4 done with that. More modern stuff. Diablo 3 a little bit here and there for the PC. I've been playing actually a lot of Sega CD games. I picked up at Classic Gaming Expo. I picked up it's a game that was never released in the States, but came out very briefly in France. And it's the Smurfs for the Sega CD. And I know you appreciate the Smurfs because it was on the ColecoVision.
Yeah.
But this is actually a pretty fun game. It's a platforming game. The only thing about it is you have no weapon, you have no attack. So it's more like you have to jump on people, and jump on enemies and avoid stuff. And there's 8 different levels, but the graphics are fun, and the story, it's got like scenes from the show. Done through the Sega Genesis kind of graphic style. It's kind of weird.
Sure.
But it's pretty fun playing that. It's pretty challenging. And then the Terminator for the Sega CD is pretty good. Have you played that?
I haven't. I don't think I've ever played a Sega CD, and that's... Yeah.
There's gems, man. Sonic CD is a must-have. That's one of my favorites, too. So.
Yeah, definitely. You know, and actually, I can't remember how long ago when they released Sonic CD on the Xbox or PlayStation 3. I was thinking, I'm like, man, I should really play that, because I have not played Sega CD at all. I mean, and I should. I mean, I run a game reviewing site or channel anyways. Well, anyway, John, I think I could ask you one last question. It has nothing to do with video games at all, but I think we're winding down. How tall are you?
About 6 foot.
6 foot. Okay. Yeah, I mean, because in your videos, I was watching going back to that Walter Day video. You seem like a very tall gentleman.
Yeah, I'm 6 foot. Nothing too crazy tall.
Oh, okay. Aw. Well, there you go, ladies. Now you know.
Yep.
I was thinking that before I hit record. I'm like, I gotta ask him one ridiculous question. I think we're winding down here. Man, Gamester, thanks for coming on, man.
I appreciate it.
It's an honor to have you on. I mean, is there anything else you got Gamester81.com? Is there anyone else you want to direct people?
That's a good starting source, because you can get there through that. You can find my Twitter and Facebook links and stuff like that. I'm on all the social stuff. I'm on Foursquare and Tumblr. You can find me pretty much. You just search Gamester81.com. I'll probably pop up somewhere around there. So, no, I just appreciate you having me on there on the show, man. And great chatting with you, man. Yeah. Good luck with your channel. I really enjoy it, and best of luck, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks, I appreciate it. And everybody, thanks for listening. And until next time, bye-bye.